Welcome to IADS Retail Park, a podcast by the International Association of Department Stores. Here, we dive deep into the evolving world of retail innovation, sustainability, and customer transformation. From conscious consumerism to the future of department stores, the IADS Retail Park brings you insights, research, and real world strategies to help you navigate today's complex retail environment. This podcast uses AI cloned voices created with human oversight to ensure quality and accuracy. Before we begin, an important note. Today's discussion draws from research conducted in 2023. While the fundamental principles we'll discuss remain relevant, some specific details may have evolved. Today, I'm joined by Selvan, our managing director, who interviewed Sucharita Kodali from Forrester Research about the conscious customer revolution. Selvan, you've been studying this fascinating shift toward what researchers call the conscious customer. Can you paint a picture of how we got here?
It really started with a perfect storm around 2000. China joined the WTO, manufacturing costs plummeted, and suddenly fashion became incredibly cheap. Customers could buy more than ever before. Then e-commerce made it even easier. You could order from your couch. But eventually people started asking, what's the real cost of all this convenience?
And that's when sustainability entered the conversation. But you've identified that it's not just about the environment, right?
Yeah, that's right, Maya. In the US especially, sustainability quickly expanded beyond environmental concerns. It now includes social dimensions like fair wages, employee health, and even issues like data privacy. It's become this broader concept of corporate responsibility.
The Forrester research identified 4 distinct customer segments. Can you walk us through them?
Of course, so we found 4 clear profiles. First, the non-greens, about 14% who simply aren't focused on environmental issues. Then dormant greens at 36%, they're interested but uncertain. Convenient greens make up 26%. They want green products but won't sacrifice convenience. Finally, active greens at 24%. Environment comes first for them.
So we're looking at roughly half of consumers being actively receptive to greener options. What does this mean for their shopping behaviors?
Well, we're seeing real shifts. 38% are more focused on recycling, 26% are choosing higher quality over quantity, and 21% are buying secondhand. The big implication: overall consumption might actually decrease as customers become more thoughtful about their purchases. This helped consumers understand exactly what impact their purchase decisions were making.
That's a significant challenge for retailers. But you also mentioned regulation as a second major factor.
Regulation is accelerating everywhere. We are seeing surcharges on package deliveries, extended producer responsibility laws, where companies pay for their product's entire life cycle. South Africa implemented this nationally, and electronics already follow these rules globally. Soft goods are next.
And then there's the investor angle. How is that changing the game?
Yes, you have a point there, Maya. Investors are increasingly using ESG and CSR metrics in their decisions. In Europe, 42% of investors are required to invest in socially responsible products versus just 15% in North America. But that gap is closing fast. The old thinking that sustainability is a waste of resources is becoming extinct.
So retailers are feeling pressure from customers, regulators, and investors. How do they respond effectively?
Here's the interesting part. Many solutions actually mirror traditional retail practices. No extra packaging, just like when customers shop in store, encouraging bundled deliveries instead of multiple shipments, restricting returns. It's almost like going back to basics, but with intentionality.
But surely the approach varies depending on the customer base.
Absolutely. Chanel and Adidas have over 70% green customers, so sustainability is crucial for them. Home Depot, only 37%. The urgency varies dramatically by brand and sector.
And there's the greenwashing concern. How do retailers build authentic credibility?
Customers are naturally suspicious after years of empty claims. The key is going beyond legal requirements. Once something becomes law, compliance isn't a competitive advantage anymore. Retailers need to anticipate what regulators, investors, and NGOs will demand next.
You've mentioned some innovative examples. What caught your attention?
Repair cafes in the Netherlands are fascinating. Customers bring any broken product for repair. SOEX in Germany recycles raw materials. Some companies even charge customers to take back old products for recycling, proving that convenience can always be monetized.
Looking ahead, you've drawn parallels to the tech industry transformation. Can you elaborate?
Think about it. Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft all completely reinvented their revenue streams between 2000 and now. Retail might undergo a similar transformation. Third-party marketplaces, retail media, these new revenue streams could become essential. The whole sector might look completely different in a decade.
For department stores specifically, what's your advice for navigating this conscious customer era?
Start by understanding your customer mix. How many are actually green conscious? Then look at traditional retail strengths through a sustainability lens. Your physical presence, your service capabilities, your ability to reduce packaging and returns. The conscious customer isn't just a challenge, they're an opportunity to differentiate from pure e-commerce players.
Any final thoughts on where this trend is heading?
The pressure will only intensify. European regulations are getting stricter, investors are demanding more transparency, and customers are becoming more sophisticated. Retailers who see this as just a trend to weather will struggle. Those who embrace it as a fundamental shift in how business operates will thrive.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the IADS Retail Park. Check out the episode description for a link to the full exclusive. For more insights and exclusive content, follow us on LinkedIn, explore our Substack, and visit our website.